Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to the Monday morning recap show here on Drinkin' Bros Sports. A lot going on this weekend in the world of sports, and I happen to be at one of the greatest events of all time, so we'll lead with that, the Field of Dreams game. Did you get a chance to watch it, Bob?
I did. I caught most of the game. Ironically, I actually turned it off in disgust after the top of the ninth because Liam Hendricks is on my fantasy team, and he just blew that save real fucking hard, and I was like, God damn it! And I was like, of course the Yankees are gonna win this now, and I was just like, fuck it. And then I caught the Tim Anderson walk off on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's where you caught that. Caught it in real life. Want to say this: that is the greatest single sporting event I have been to in my entire life. Major League Baseball went all out on this. They spent about $5 million, was what I was told, on just that game itself. And the magic behind everything they did as far as building that stadium, putting the cornfields in the outfield, having Costner walk out of the cornfields for the opening, and then having him stop at seconds, the dramatic look back, the music, the score, everything, and then inviting the Yankees and the White Sox out of the corn to join him. Not a dry eye in the house after he asked the people, is this heaven? And everybody screamed back, no, it's Iowa. And then they played him off the field. I took my father to the game. A lot of people took their dads to the game. And it was unbelievably emotional. And then the game lived up to the hype, which never, ever happens, ever.
Yeah.
Surprising. Let's see. White Sox were up by 4, top of the ninth. Yankees came back and scored 5. There was a Judge home run. There was a Stanton home run. And then bottom of the ninth, Tim Anderson came up, 2 outs, 2 strikes, man on. 2-run dinger, and it's a walk-off. What I was told was by the Fox executives, there was supposed to be a fireworks show afterwards. They immediately instructed them to hit the fireworks as he's rounding first base. It was like a Hollywood script, and it seemed surreal being there. The way they recreated everything for the fans and for, I guess, the experience of it to match up with what you thought the movie was identical. And my only fear now is that they'll probably ruin it and do another one.
Well, that's the big question for me. Obviously, this was a success for Major League Baseball, right? Mm-hmm. And the camera switch. Obviously, this was a success for Major League Baseball, but how does this evolve now? Is it going, because they definitely want to recreate this every single year, but can you do a Field of Dreams game every year, or does it have to become something more akin to the Winter Classic in hockey where it changes locations? And look, what are you going to – I mean, the problem with that is what other baseball fucking movies are you going to do?
Sandlot would be the only – that's the only other one that involves where, like, the field is a character or like part of the plot type of thing. Because, like, Angels in the outfield, you can't do – like, Major League's not really – like, but those two are about where you play, I guess, as much as anything. Sandlot would be dope.
Well, I mean, for Major League, you would just have to get a bunch of knucklehead fans and maybe mic them up for the game or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
They could always do a Rookie of the Year game where they just have 12-year-old pitchers.
Yeah, they let a
on the
child
mound.
pitch.
Great.
Yeah.
It'd be great. Yeah, but look, the ratings were the highest in 16 years for Major League Baseball. It was a massive
for a regular season.
There's probably no way to
Massive
recreate that, though, right? Like, what if Costner just keeps coming back every year? No one's going to give a shit.
Right. I don't think he will. And I said that to somebody after the game. I was like, I don't think he will for sure. And then you're going to get other teams in there. The Cubs immediately were leaked about 48 hours afterwards that they would be one of the featured teams next year. Look, when Hollywood does something right, and yes, I'm saying Hollywood on this one because there was traditional film cameras there that weren't typical at a sporting event. I had never seen anything like the drones that they were using over the field and over the cornfield throughout the game. Like, typically those are loud, but because there was nothing blocking the wind, you were able just to constantly keep them in the corn and watch from back there.
Yeah.
And they were also using those zip cameras overhead. I was sitting right behind the Yankees dugout, and it's the same cameras they use for the NFL on the 20 and 30 yard lines. And now I guess that you could recreate, but you need a stadium that small in which you could see the field and it's not going to interrupt.
I don't know if that's true anymore,
itself.
though, because now, for at least in the infield for baseball, there's nets everywhere, right? So there's higher poles on the infield as part of the infrastructure that didn't exist 10 years ago. So maybe you can do it on the infield and the outfield. That's a lot of space. Maybe in a place like Tampa Bay, they'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because they have the rafters are so low and shit like that. But I mean, who gives a fuck about Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
We're talking like for the Sandlot thing. You say that is that's not a is that a real place?
It is. Yeah, it's in Burbank, I believe.
Yeah, but it's not in the fucking Midwest like they said it was, right?
Correct.
Oh, no, they were in L.A. because he had moved from Milwaukee.
Yeah. And the guy ended up playing for the Dodgers at the end.
I think it's tougher when the people in the film or whatever it is are representing actual teams as well. Like the Indians, although they're changing their names, still exist.
Yeah.
So how do you do Major League? They're not the lovable losers anymore. They're actually pretty good.
A Hey Arnold game where you just get a lot in the middle of New York City. Just a trash lot.
Saw that one.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
I mean, they could rebuild old stadiums in places throughout the country and make them like national landmarks and shit. Like rebuild the Polo Grounds in fucking Montana or some shit.
Right.
Have a game that would be fucking dope as shit. But they're not gonna do all that. Come on.
Building makeshift stadiums though, like they did for this, more or less, would be fucking awesome. It doesn't even have to be necessarily like a movie. It could kind of be like a amalgamation of the Sandlot and like one of the stadiums in the game Backyard Baseball. Like you just build like a backyard kind of looking stadium.
Yeah.
Just backyard baseball?
Yeah, like literally.
Why not? Actually, fuck it. Just put a field in the middle of Mall of America.
Yeah, why not?
Let's just get weird with it.
It's big enough.
Yeah, get weird with it.
Big enough for sure.
Absolutely get fucking weird.
The Sandlot gamers, they're just like loose mastiffs all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like the fucking outfielders are having to compete with the fucking Bulldogs for the ball and shit. That would add that's almost like basketball where they take you through the transition of sports where there's football, baseball matchups.
Yeah.
Why not?
And then they have every baseball that's thrown and used in the field is autographed by a fake Babe Ruth, just like in the movie. That'd be great. But no, overall, it was literally one of the greatest sporting experiences of all time. It's number one for me, certainly, after doing it. And shout out to Major League Baseball, who gave us access to the field. So in the interview you heard today on Drinkin Bros podcast, I get to sit down with Dwyer Brown, who plays the father in the movie, and then he let me have a catch with him on the field. Posted some of the footage online. He was unbelievably cool. Brought the glove from the movie. Dwyer Brown, shout out to you. But Major League Baseball did let us shoot right outside the house. So we were sitting at the picnic table right outside the house. They were like, look, you can sit in the stands. You can go on the field. You can do whatever you want. And then after the game, they had no stopping point where they just said, look, take your time getting out of here. Enjoy the field. Stay as long as you want. They also had Guy Fieri's apple pie hot dogs that we were talking about beforehand. Those were free when you walked in.
What?
Yes.
God damn.
Courtesy of Chevrolet. So everybody got one of those.
It had to be Chevy.
Thanks, Chevy.
Well, because they make the Camaro.
Correct. And it was for that commercial, yeah.
Yeah, it had to be Chevy.
What?
Can't have a Hyundai.
Can't have a Hyundai in there.
What's so this
Chevy gave out apple pies.
Apple pie hot dogs made by Guy Fieri.
But this Guy Fieri's got a partnership with Chevy, or something.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Because
so
he
it's
drives
like,
a Camaro everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
On Triple D, dude.
Oh, I don't
Triple D,
watch.
dude. Come on, bro.
I skipped the intro.
Come on.
I don't watch this shit.
The intro's the best part.
He's the best. He's the best.
The best part is him haunched. Whenever he's about to eat, he fucking. It's almost like shooting, like
Like
if
a
you're,
power stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're shooting, you kind of roll your shoulders forward like this to give yourself a good base. He does that when he's eating.
No
he haunches
spillage.
over
No
like
spillage.
this,
Yeah.
like this,
It's not
and
gonna
it
fall on
all
your shirt.
it all moves in like a. It's a beauty to watch. That's all I care about.
He's the type of thing where one day, like, horse riders, like their legs get fucked up.
Bowed, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get like a weird like hip situation from constant haunching.
Well, luckily
yeah.
he's got enough money to fucking buy new hips.
Boy.
They teach you
Does he
that in
ever.
Delco when you eat a cheesesteak. You just kind of hover
Hunch.
over the
Yeah,
counter
yeah.
like this.
Because you got to protect your shoes.
And your shirt.
Jordans.
Yeah. You got to
Yeah.
protect everything.
If you're wearing Jordans, you don't want to fucking spill. Can you not do that?
No, this chair sucks.
Just flip those things up.
I did.
God damn it! And stop
Not all of
stepping
them.
on them. Yeah, you don't want to get your shoes all fucked up.
No. So honest assessment of the dog, I gave it a 7 out of 10 for the effort. not a dog that I would eat on a regular basis. Pie crust on a hot dog is weird. I will say this, the mustard they gave out with it had bacon in it.
Wait, pie crust on a hot dog, that's dangerously close to Annie's, right? That's pretty close. That's pizza crust, but it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're close. It's just it's a weirder taste, and they had to have a different type of mustard to go with it.
And he had apple pie filling inside of it?
No. So just the crust was apple pie, and then the dog itself.
No,
That's
that's
crust.
not apple pie.
It had the flavoring of apples.
So cinnamon...
It was some type of flavoring in it, and then the mustard was flavored different to match that, to kind of offset it. Not bad.
Do you like apple pie
great.
with a slice of cheddar cheese on top? Have you ever had that?
Yeah, some people love it.
It's weird. It doesn't taste bad. It's just like, what the fuck is the point of that?
Exactly.
It didn't add anything. You ever had that, Dan?
No, is that a Midwest thing?
I don't know where that
It's
originated.
extremely Midwestern,
Extremely
I think.
Midwest. Yeah.
Well, then you
Super
should know
Midwest.
about it then.
The Midwest.
I do know about it.
Yeah.
So fucking speak up, bitch. We're having a conversation about food.
Is it true in Kansas that they eat fucking chili with cinnamon rolls?
I think that's Kansas.
That's
Ugh.
a thing.
Cinnamon rolls. What the
Gross.
fuck? Where is,
Why would,
is
that
Brittany?
doesn't seem like it would pair well.
Is Brittany
It's
in-
Kansas. They
we're
don't
not
fucking
doing
know
that.
what they're
We're not
doing.
doing that at all.
I gotta
We're not
ask
doing that at
a
all.
local source here. Hang on.
The only gripe I have, and it's very, very minor, was I don't know why the first pitch wasn't Costner throwing to his dad, because both of them were sitting right behind each other, maybe a section over, and instead it was like a last minute thing of like a local, I don't know, teen youth group that came out through the pitch that had nothing to do with the game or anything else. The father and son were there, unless Costner had too much pressure, but God damn it, did he look pimpy as shit.
No,
out
they had
there.
a blow up about 20 years ago.
No, they didn't.
They haven't talked to each other since.
They have not.
It was all staged.
No.
MLB brought them together.
No, they were on CNN just before us. But again, shout out to MLB for giving us full access and all that other stuff. The reason why we don't have video is 3 flights were canceled, and then they lost all the luggage. Now, I luckily had worn the White Sox shit on the plane and had packed a bag, but did not have any of my luggage. And since I was leaving 36 hours later, they said, "Sir, what would you like to do with this?" And I said, "Just leave it in fucking Austin, because I'll be home in goddamn 12 hours,
Right.
you cocksuckers." Luckily, Dan and I are so used to missing flights. I had the Zoom on me. I always keep that in my bag. So we were still able to get the audio interview. Video interview was gone because the video cameras themselves were not even on the plane. So shout out to American Airlines for their wonderful service yet again. But it'll definitely be back. I don't know whether Costner will be back at all. I talked to Ben Verlander after the game.
Good dude.
Yeah, and he said the same thing. This was the most magical experience of my life, and I don't know how you recreate it. Him and I both said the same thing, and I told him I was going to come on the show. He said he would come back for your baseball playoff show, by the way.
Yeah.
Sick.
I said this after being there, going through it. I think the White Sox are a team of destiny. I think they win the World Series now.
Maybe. I mean, that year back in the Superdome for New Orleans in 2009 after Katrina. I mean, maybe we should have seen it coming. I didn't really think about it like that, but it definitely it was some extra motivating factor for people. Maybe they played harder for it. I don't know. Sometimes shit just happens that way. I mean, the underdog with a what do you call it? With a nice story doesn't always win, so it's not always the case, but it happens pretty frequently, I would say.
Well, look, you guys were all in on the White Sox before I left. I have not seen them play in person this
On
year.
paper, that's the best team in baseball.
And it certainly looked like that in real life. Besides that crazy ninth inning comeback by the Yankees, and even that would have destroyed most teams. It didn't for the White Sox. They hit a walk-off. You're right. Mowing through that lineup, because that lineup, when you see it on the scoreboard, the Yankees lineup, it almost seems unbelievable where you're like, no way. And that guy's there, and then that guy's there. And the White Sox had no problems with them whatsoever. Neither did the White Sox bullpen, and they looked great, minus the guy who gave up 5
And
runs.
Liam Hendricks has been one of the best closers in baseball this year, even though he blew another save 2 days later.
Well, there was some calls that were shitty in that game. I don't know if you watched it, but because the stadium was so small and everything was mic'd up, I was able to physically hear him scream out, "God fucking damn it," to the umpire. And everybody in the stadium was like, whoa, like, we can hear you, dude. Like, but he was pissed off. And a lot of the players were pissed off by some of those calls in that game. I don't know if it was the cornfield in the back that distracted the umpires, but there was some bad calls pitching wise in that game that were weird.
There is always is. I'll look this up later, but every umpire gets a score you can find online. A game score for their call for their strikes and balls and stuff like that.
He was shitty, by the way. So the final score was 9-8 in that. Booze was plentiful. Food was plentiful. And I'd never been to Iowa. I know we've said a million times on the show it does not exist. It definitely exists, and it's beautiful. I really, really enjoyed my time there. The only thing that was surprising were the locals could not figure out why people were so interested in coming to the Field of Dreams game. But obviously they live there, and that's the only thing they're known for, essentially. That, and they love the fucking Hawkeyes there. I'm like, man, you guys don't win anything to be this excited about the Hawkeyes, but they love them. They love them.
What else are they going to be excited about, man?
Yeah, I guess that's their only sporting team there, right?
That's how Kirk Ferentz gets a lifetime contract every time he wins 10 games.
Yeah. So the people loved it. And congratulations, man. That was a huge success and certainly the greatest sporting experience I have ever been to. I don't know how you top it, but you keep trying, and that's why you go to this stuff. And the game was just as great as the experience itself. Next up, the AP Top 25 just dropped about 2 hours ago. Whew, a lot of surprises here in the top 4. If you've been following college football for the last 10 years, maybe you're not surprised. Alabama at 1, Oklahoma at 2, Clemson at 3, Ohio State at 4, Georgia at 5, Texas A&M at 6. Iowa State is in there at 7, which is weird.
I don't buy it.
Iowa State at 7?
They pretty much have everyone coming back.
Cincinnati is at 8. Notre Dame is at 9. North Carolina is at 10. I like North Carolina this year. I think Homeboy could win the Heisman Trophy. Yeah.
Yep. He should be able to put up numbers this year.
Yes. Yeah. Because that's besides Clemson, that's a weak ACC. As far as the first place votes go, they were split. Bama had 47, which is the highest, but Oklahoma had 6. Clemson's got 6, and Ohio State's got 1. Georgia has 3 at number 5. This one is kind of shocking. I mean, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State, and Texas A&M, 4 out of your top 6 have brand new quarterbacks. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I think like the Iowa State being ranked 7th is because a lot of voters take into consideration bringing people back. But if you look at a team like Alabama, who just refreshes every single year, obviously they don't apply that same standard. So it's a reflection on how good they think your recruiting is. If you're a team that lost a bunch of people like Clemson and after their national title, most of their defense left, like Wilkins and all those guys fucking left, right? And everybody's like, well, their defense is going to have problems. They still were preseason number 1.
Right.
Despite that fact. And maybe that's a carryover from the fact that they won the previous national title and the difference isn't significant enough to put a team ahead of them. Maybe that's it, right? But I do think that it is weird how, especially in the voting part and not the algorithmic parts, how new players affect some teams and don't affect other teams. It's bizarre to me because the scenario is the same, right? Iowa State coming back with the players they've had before, I guess, gives them some advantage against other teams that have the same talent level as them, but it doesn't give them advantage against an Alabama.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much experience somebody has, they're not going to be better than Jordan.
I guess they just kind of put more stock in Alabama reloading. Like Iowa State's not going to get the same kind of players. Like they luck into some of these, 3 or 4 star guys that they kind of build up over the years and outperform what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess like just having guys that return for Iowa State is more, I guess.
It's a bigger needle mover, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
it's not. They're not going to project like an Iowa State recruiting class to be as good as like an Alabama recruiting class.
Yeah, and they do a couple of things pretty well. Iowa and Iowa State, and a number of other colleges within the Big Ten, which has produced large people.
Yeah,
that end up being great tight ends or great running backs or something like that, or great college style quarterbacks.
Corn-fed is what they call it in the Midwest.
They're also super slow when they start. Like Iowa State never either wins or covers the first game. So whoever they're playing week 1, I haven't looked into that yet, but I will probably take the other team to cover. They lost last year to Louisiana.
Yep.
I don't know how or why they do this, but Matt Campbell always gets the team rolling like towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
But they're always notoriously slow starters.
Well, look, if I'm looking at this here, so Alabama, Bryce Young is going to be their quarterback, so he's in. Oklahoma, I understand. Spencer Rattler is the last 4 games of the year. That kid looks worth the hype. I just don't know about their defense. Clemson, we will never pronounce this guy's name the entire year.
Nope.
So not going to give it a shot. Ogwenwie.
We can give him like a nickname.
Yeah,
They call him is it DJ, something like that?
DJ,
What's
yes.
his first name?
We're going to go with DJ on this one. Ukulele is his last name. So we're going to go with Ukulele. So we're going to call him this year. And then Ohio State was the only unknown. I kind of knew it was going to be C.J. Stroud. And then breaking news about 30 minutes ago, they said Stroud has taken the early lead in the Buckeyes QB battle. That's not surprising. He's a carbon copy of Justin Fields, and he was, number 1, number 2 college recruits. Georgia already has a quarterback.
JT Daniels.
Yes. And so I know you guys are high on them.
I'm pretty high on Georgia. I think Georgia definitely beats Clemson week 1.
So do I. I am all in already.
They don't even have to. That's a game they can lose.
I'll take that action.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way Georgia's beating Clemson week 1.
They're definitely
I got it. And it's +4 for
Clemson always
Georgia.
loses between games 4 and 6. That's like their MO.
Here's all you need to know about Clemson in general, especially them, is just how much of their offensive line did they bring back. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Because their little quarterback, DJ, whatever, is going to do fucking fine if he's protected.
Yeah.
And it's Georgia's D is
nasty.
Legit.
Yes. Yeah.
Nasty, like infected?
Both.
Well,
have you been there? Yeah. They party, dude. Yes, they're both infected on and off the field, but their defense is nasty. I'm taking that +4. I'm fucking hammering it. MyBookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros will double your deposit up to $1,000. Already let me put $1,000 on Tampa Bay. So Sean, Watchtower Sean up there. I've already bet 1,000 against the Cowboys. It is -6.5 for Tampa Bay opening night. I already posted that in Drinkin Bros Sports Facebook group. Sorry, not sorry.
Sean, how do you feel about
I'm
that?
looking at this Clemson depth chart, by the way, on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I see 1 senior and 2 juniors on their offensive line.
Yeah, they lost a lot of guys.
Yeah, out of 5 people, so 60% are upperclassmen.
No, this is for the entire depth chart.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, how many of them are starters though? Because that's obviously
that I can't see, but I'm just saying, like, that means most of their starters, more than not, are going to be freshmen or sophomores.
I am all in on Georgia.
Clemson has been, over the last 40 years now, one of the top producers of offensive line talent in the NFL among major universities. So I think they're going to be fine. I think we should apply the same standard to this situation that we would apply to Alabama coming up with good receivers. It's just going to happen.
We're 19 days away from college football starting.
By the way, that Iowa State first game is against Northern Iowa, so maybe save your money for the next week against.
Oh, it is?
They're playing Iowa.
Well, it's an in-state rivalry, and you got the look ahead. I'm not saying UNI is going to win, but
no, they'll probably be getting like 28 points.
Yeah,
probably.
I don't love that.
No, I don't know. Iowa's not a high enough scoring offense to get more than 28. I would think, right?
Iowa State.
Purdy,
Go to my bookie.
They have their running back come back.
Is it on there on my bookie?
Yeah, most of the odds are out week 1 already from my bookie.
It can't be more than 28.
No.
I know Ohio State was at 13.5 for the opening night, because that's the opening game we're going to live watch here from the studio against Minnesota.
We need to get another TV because that's also UCF Boise State.
Oh, God. Yeah. Who's watching that? Who are the 4 people watching that?
That's a good game.
I think half the office we watch that.
Is there odds up for that?
UCF's -4 right now.
Over Boise State?
Yeah, it's at UCF.
Always bet on Boise. No, you guys got Gus Malzahn this year, right?
Yeah, we got like half of Auburn's roster transferred to our school. So, yeah, we're going to be legit this year.
All right. I'm going to head over to my bookie now and see if we got a fucking spread on that. But I'm amped about that. Look, Alabama opening week, they're going against Miami here. None of these are that surprising.
There's no line on Iowa State
what's
right
Cincinnati
now.
at right now?
Cincinnati is number 8.
8.
Yes.
That's a little high.
They're giving up 23 against Miami, Ohio. That's probably a good bet. I mean, Miami, Ohio is not great. I think
Cincinnati's got a really good defense. They brought most of their starters back.
Yeah.
That secondary is nasty.
Man, I bet.
And it's American Conference. They can score over there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
You know, every year you have that one team that you bet on that you're great at, and and it's a weird team that you don't follow. Cincinnati was mine last year. I won 8 bets on Cincinnati last year. Their defense is fucking nasty, dude. I'm high on Cincinnati for sure. I hope they get their shot. They always have weird injuries to like key players at the end of the season. I'd love to see them go a full year at full strength.
There's some wild ass lines in week 1 here.
Who do you got?
Fresno State, Connecticut. Fresno State is getting 27.5 points. I know Connecticut doesn't play football, but it's Fresno State, dude. That's weird.
Connecticut's not even a D1 school anymore.
Not anymore.
Fresno State has
dropped out
had
of the American.
decent success, I guess, the last couple of years.
Okay.
But not 27.5 fucking points, man. Jesus Christ. Temple and Rutgers are playing in a game that nobody other than people that go to those schools will be watching.
Shiana Man's back.
That's right,
God.
dude.
Boise State's playing UCF. That is minus
4.
4 UCF. That's a good one.
I honestly love Ohio State being only a 2-touchdown favorite over Minnesota.
Yeah, that's retarded.
So I love
That's
it.
going to be.
Are you kidding me?
I love
They're
it.
going to score 60 points in that game.
Row the boat.
I'm gonna fucking go all in.
App State minus 11 v East Carolina. East Carolina puts together tough teams from time to time. That might be
So does Appalachian State, though,
Yeah,
man.
that might be one to keep an eye on, though. App State is early in the season usually overrated
Yeah.
if they're ranked or if they're getting lines like this, and usually they're underrated if they're not getting lines.
East
like
Carolina also has a fat quarterback, which is cool.
This. Yeah. So-
Did they really?
Yeah.
I love a fat quarterback.
as-
Remember the guy from Kentucky?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, R.I.P. dude, obviously.
He died of fat.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, actually.
Shit.
Yes.
It was kite surfing.
He did.
It was
He
fat.
was doing some hiking in Hawaii.
NC State versus South Florida minus 18.5. Fuck NC State.
I don't know. I like NC State this year.
I mean, it's,
All right.
you gotta.
All right.
I wouldn't bet on a team like that until game 3 or 4. To be honest.
No,
They're
me
just
neither.
one of those super inconsistent
And there's too
teams.
many big games opening weekend to bet on some of these weirder ones.
I mean, North Carolina, Virginia Tech.
No, this is where you
if you
take
want-
advantage of-
North Carolina minus
Vegas doesn't
5.5.
know.
I'm taking that shit all
First-
day.
Oh,
North,
yeah.
North
2
Carolina's
weeks.
gonna wreck Virginia
First
Tech.
2 weeks, bet G5 games because Vegas has no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your best chance.
Honestly, this is an interesting one, too. Indiana's plus 4.5 against Iowa. Indiana's, I think, ranked like 17th. This is Indiana's. Last year was supposed to be their team of destiny, but COVID kind of fucked it up. Like, that team's mostly returned,
Well,
I
their
think.
quarterback.
the quarterback,
getting hurt.
Penix,
Yeah.
Penix Jr.
Yeah.
Northwestern is minus 4 against Michigan State. Holy shit!
Just take the
Oh,
under.
and
Just take the
Michigan
under.
State
That's
has that
embarrassing.
kid from Temple that transferred, Russo.
Yeah.
He's a gunslinger.
Ah, man. We'll see here. Look, now that the top 25 is out, we'll be doing, like I said, a college football preview show here on Wednesday with a very, very, very special guest. I know your sleeper is Georgia this year, but do you actually have them winning the title, Bob?
I think that they
Let's
are.
go out on that ledge, Bob.
Yes.
Come on, let's do it. We'll do
Yeah.
it together.
Yeah.
We'll do
Wish
it-
I'm picking-
step back from that ledge.
I'm picking Georgia to win it all.
Despite not really believing in Kirby Smart, Georgia wins the national championship.
Really?
Yes.
I think they're by far your best bet.
6-1. Yeah.
Odds-wise, yeah, man.
That's wise, maybe.
For a team that will realistically win. I was kind of like looking over A&M at 37-1.
I don't hate that either.
Yeah.
It's just like
I
going
don't
through
know
the
their-
going
I
through
don't know
the
their
SEC
quarterback.
West
Yes,
is just a
it's
fucking
brutal.
nightmare.
It's a gauntlet. It's too much. Dan, who do you got?
Ohio State's going to win this year.
That's what I think too. That's what I think
Well, of
too.
course you think that.
No, I didn't think it last year. I had Clemson last year with Trevor Lawrence, and I thought that was an easy one.
I think Ohio State's. We'll see how this young quarterback does. You'll know a couple of weeks into the season if he's going to be good or not because they have some challenging games up front. So
Minnesota's not
no,
the easiest up front.
No, they got
good
Minnesota,
defense,
and then they got Oregon the week after.
Yeah.
So you'll know by week 3 if they're going to win the title or not. I would say, just from what I know right now, they're probably going to win.
Any chance Oregon gives
I
Ohio
agree.
State a game?
Yes, actually, I think Oregon's pretty sneaky good.
They are good, but
Oregon's sneaky good because nobody
trust
expects
crystal
them to be
ball?
good.
Yeah.
Well, they're favored to win the Pac-12 right now, which I saw
Ohio State's not
USC
Clemson. You know what I mean? Clemson, at least once a year, is just like, these guys can't beat us, and they get fucking wrecked by Purdue or something like
think I
that.
saw
Yeah.
It
USC.
doesn't really happen to
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Ohio State is the only other team aside from Alabama that is consistently cruel. Like, they're the only other team that is out for blood every week.
Well,
Yeah.
because he learned from fucking Urban.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan Day's a goddamn animal. The only reason, look, I'm actually high on Oklahoma. I know we have a lot of fucking boomer fans here.
I am not.
Here's the thing.
I hate this.
I think their offense is great. They never have a defense. So what are you going to do here?
Well, if anything, I think Grinch is actually improving the defense.
Oh God, Alex Grinch is the worst.
He's made the defense better.
He's better than
year.
Stoops.
Yeah.
Mark Stoops was the fucking worst defense. I mean, Mark Stoops probably cost them an actual national championship the year that Bama beat Georgia.
I just don't see Spencer Rattler as a national championship or even playoff winning quarterback.
Who thought that? Who would have thought that about Mac Jones or something like that? People didn't even know if he would even get drafted. He's probably going to end up being the starting quarterback for the Patriots in week 3, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, some people have the look and some people don't.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, people that do have the look, or maybe you develop that look over time, because Tom Brady, when he first came to the league, didn't walk like a fucking champion. He didn't look like, he looked like a fucking goofy nerd.
But
but now you see him, and maybe it's because you've seen him as a champion for so long, but he looks like a fucking champion now.
Yeah.
Mac Jones wasn't,
demigod,
single-handedly losing games at Kansas State.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Look, it's Oklahoma. I have no faith that they're going to win the title, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But I think they have a good enough team to go to the Final Four, and look, the
he's also just
rest of this,
the Elite 11 stuff, and
he's a dork.
The background since high school, I hate that guy.
Yeah, so do I. But if you're looking at this conference as a whole here, the Big 12, now that Texas and Oklahoma have already signed on to go to the SEC, it's almost like they gave up, and they're like, all right, I mean, I guess we'll finish this out, and then see where it
the
goes.
Big 12 has got to use this year to recruit the ACC and the Pac-12 to form an even bigger super conference,
Where
right?
they come to
the
AAC,
alliance.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and also
and are part of the Super American.
Not a prayer.
Oklahoma's, especially this year, is going to be getting full swings from every fucking team.
Yeah.
Not just in a they're going to play their hardest way,
No, in a fuck you way.
dirty,
Yeah.
when Kansas was trying to murder Baker Mayfield a couple of years ago. It's going to be like that.
OU's typical schedule is there's 1, maybe 2 good chances at a loss, right? There's 3 almost assured losses in their schedule now, I think, right? Unless they perform way above expectations, in my opinion. I like Rattler and shit like that, but this is a whole different fucking ball game over here. You can't play one side of the field and win in the SEC, bitch. That shit isn't going to happen. Because everybody over there, even the shitty teams, are good at something. Kentucky's usually pretty good at keeping the sure down, right? Mm-hmm.
Kentucky's been pretty elite defensively the last 5-8 years.
And that's one of the.
They have one good running back every other year.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about the Power 5 conferences, Kentucky would be in the bottom third at least of teams in Power 5 conferences, if not in the bottom 10%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they still have an elite defense. And when it's not elite, it's still pretty decent. So OU is fucked this year. I think even more so than Texas, because I expect Texas to lose.
Right. Yeah.
But that said, too, Texas, they still have held their own in that game, the Oklahoma game.
Oh, yeah.
Because as they've been in the last decade, they take half the games.
Yeah. No, that's not. You can't write off Texas. Even if Texas looks like dog shit this year, they could still easily win the Red River Shootout.
It's important to note that only one team has gone wire to wire as number 1, and that was USC in 2004 with Reggie Bush and those guys.
Last Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, but they were making good money back then. So.
They were making better money than they are now. Bama.
NIL.
That's true. Bama. So if you're a Bama fan out there, hey, who knows? It says Alabama is now tied with Ohio State for the second most preseason number 1 rankings with 8. Oklahoma has the most with 10, ironically.
When does the new playoff format go into play?
25.
It hasn't been approved yet.
But it'll be approved.
2025 is what it's looking like, hence the SEC switch to for Texas and Oklahoma here. Coastal Carolina comes in at 22.
Let's go.
So, yeah, you're welcome on that one. And then 23 is Louisiana Lafayette.
Catching Texas week 1.
So
both teams bringing everybody back.
Didn't Louisiana Lafayette beat somebody last year that they shouldn't have?
Iowa State. And then they also beat, I think they beat Kansas State, too. So
K-State was legitimately bad, though.
Yeah, but they also beat Oklahoma. So I think they were saying the best team in the Big 12 last year was Louisiana. So
Yeah. So is that week 1 against Texas?
Yeah.
Yes, they are playing in week 1.
All right. That'll be a blast. That's here at Texas, by the way. It's a 3:30.
And that line is 9. Texas is a 9.5 point favorite.
Ooh.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm taking Louisiana. Money line.
Ooh. You think they could beat him outright? Money
It would
line?
be such a Texas thing for Sarkisian's
Yeah,
first
100,
game at Texas for him
100.
to lose to fucking Louisiana.
Yeah.
Nothing would make me happier. He was the Falcons' offensive coordinator. I fucking
Texas
hate him.
doesn't even know who their quarterback is.
Right.
No. Who is? Do you have an inside line on that?
I mean, it's still Hudson Carr and Casey Thompson. They're like right now they're still battling it out.
I actually think Sarkisian said the other day, both were bad at practice.
Yeah.
So,
They're not even. Neither of them are the most exciting quarterback in the greater Austin area. That goes to Birdie McFootball at Texas State.
Okay.
Eat 'em up.
Yeah. Eat 'em up. Eat 'em up. Eat 'em up. Quinn Ewers, by the way, is enrolled and is practicing at Ohio State. Fun to see that kid in uniform. Already signed an NIL deal, and it's a Texas kombucha company, and he's already shot a little commercial for it. That's on his Twitter page, if you care to see it.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
Richard Danoff, Big Dick Danoff, is saying, when are we getting a list of the games that you're attending? Well, look, I would say you could probably, as far as Ohio State goes, Big Dick Danoff, Dan and I will probably go to the Penn State game as we do every year. That's about it. The rest of these games for Ohio State are all noon games because Fox wants the ratings.
Well, we're probably going to go to that. Hold on, let me find it. It's a Nebraska game.
Yeah, there's a Nebraska game that we actually might go to this year
Oklahoma?
because no.
There's a Cincinnati.
Michigan. I think it's Nebraska versus Michigan, and then the night after is the Kansas City Chiefs against the Buffalo Bills, and that is a fucking banger.
Yeah, we're
I know the
definitely one of
first
that.
month Cincinnati plays Notre Dame. If that interests you.
No, it does not. Tailgate Legends, I know Boston Joe and Eric Tanzi will be at the Clemson, Georgia game that night because it's in Charlotte, right down the road from those guys. So they'll be there, and that should be a great game, and that'll be in that Panther Stadium there. That'll be the fun one that night. That's the 8 o'clock game, and then the Miami-Alabama game is the competing game at 8 o'clock that night. But that spread is like 18.5.
It can't be big enough. Miami's getting run off the field.
Yep.
Even with Derek as their
Derek King, yeah.
quarterback,
I mean, he's fine, but again, it's Miami.
18.5.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the Alabama USC game a couple years back, where it was 63-7 or something.
It's going to be a very proud program is going to be feeling very bad about itself by the end of that day.
Yeah. A lot of changes to college football. Richard Danoff, I got an email from Ohio State today that said they're not accepting cash anywhere in the stadium or for parking tickets. I imagine a lot of people are going to be going to that. And then I'm curious about the COVID protocols. What's going to happen with the Delta variant and that bullshit this fall?
Well, a lot of it depends on the state or city you're in.
Right.
Like the state of Louisiana doesn't give a fuck, but the mayor of New Orleans is saying that pretty much anybody that comes into an LSU, or not LSU, but a fucking Saints game is getting masked up, vaccination passport, whole thing, right?
Yeah. And so that's why I hesitate to tell you guys where we're going, because we don't know, and we don't know how this is all going to play out this year. So it'll be a week-by-week basis. I can tell you this. If we're sidelined and have to stay here, we'll be doing a lot of live watch-along games. Those live betting games that we've done are not only successful for us financially, betting-wise, but they're a blast to get super fucked up with. And, we're looking into – I know, look, we have a gig in Nashville the 27th with Rob O'Neill and his foundation, and we'll be hosting that again with Kid Rock for golf. If you want to play with Delco Dan, hit us up, dude. They're looking for a foursome. Yandel was in here. Yandy, man, does he play golf?
I think he does.
All right.
Yeah.
Two of you guys, dude. You know?
Yeah. So we got a team of two so far.
Team of two so far.
I think you need three.
No, they'll pair you up
they
with
give
somebody
you,
else.
Yeah, if you don't have a full
Do
set,
I
it
get
doesn't
John
matter.
Daly and Kid Rock as my
Probably not.
Okay.
No, who is it? Rob? I think Rob plays with.
I don't know. I think he plays with the group behind him
you're
so
right.
they can talk shit to each other on the way.
Yeah. Ray Cash Care was in that group.
Yeah.
Get him in yours. That'd be a fucking blast. I don't know if Ray plays golf though.
Yeah,
No,
I can imagine.
Ray just fucking does push-ups mostly.
I feel like his range of motion is not great.
It's
He
not
can't
great.
Lift the club above his shoulder.
I'm also trying to get Bert Koontz there.
Oh, that'd be great.
We've been in talks about that. I'm negotiating with him.
I'm gonna
now.
come on the show.
Well, he can't until he gives you those boots, which means he'll never be on the show
Yes,
again.
dude. 12 fucking size 12 boots on those goddamn things.
He's ducking you.
He's ducking me.
Yeah.
Next up, we'll switch over to the NFL. Hard Knocks has started, I'm going
to watch that tonight. It comes out Sunday nights, right?
Tell me. Okay, so I'm going to give you Tuesdays. But the first one's up, so you can watch it now. I watched it live. For Cowboys fans out there, I thought it was
Tuesday. Why don't they do it on Sunday night? That way, that leads into the sports week.
Because of the games, their preseason games are usually on Sunday, so that way they can recap it and have enough time to edit. If you're a Cowboys fan, I would be extremely concerned. My biggest takeaway from Hard Knocks was the coach. Like, I don't know why he's so jokey with the fucking players, but it does not seem like he wants to fucking win. And
talking about Mike McCarthy?
Yes. And it seems like everybody's just kind of having a good time laughing, telling jokes, playing to the camera. And I'm like, concentrate, motherfucker. Like, play ball. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm very, very fucking low on the Cowboys after watching that.
Is he the coach with like the worst luck of all time, or is it always his fault that they would lose in the NFC Championship game?
You can't blame him for Aaron Rodgers not handing the ball off, frankly.
Well,
or that
audibles,
insane. What was the one play against Seattle?
Wait, you can blame him, right? Because he made the play call.
No. Rodgers audibles a lot to get out of it, and it's.
I don't know. McCarthy. I remember like the whole thing with him coming to Dallas was like after Green Bay, he went into like a log cabin, got really into analytics, and that's all bullshit. Like it was just like this whole fucking PR campaign to get him a new job. The Cowboys bought into it. Right. They bit the turd and. Now
Jerry Jones was crying. You're a Cowboys fan. What did you think of that? It was a shit show.
Well, let me go back to what Dan was saying about like the whole thing with the like all the analytics stuff being bullshit. 100%. He even admitted it. He's like, yeah, I lied to get the job.
So he did. So
he essentially
did
pulled a George O'Leary at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
where he just lied on his resume.
That dude didn't even go to college, man.
No.
He faked it for years. I mean, good for him. I feel like if you fake it that long to where you can actually get that coaching job at a major university, then you deserve to keep it.
They should
not
your
have fired him.
qualification.
They should not have fired him. In my opinion, I think it's hilarious.
I mean, look, he lied on his fucking resume.
Notre Dame football's a fucking joke, anyways.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
Who fucking cares? But was it there? Or was it at Georgia Tech that he got fired?
No. He was at Georgia Tech for a bit, but then he went to Notre Dame, got fired after like 3 or 4 days, and then he ended up at UCF.
Yeah.
Bookended his career with 2 winless seasons.
Good for him. Yeah. Good for him. But as a Cowboys fan, did you like seeing any of that? Like it looked to me like it was a fucking play date for children. Where you're just like, what the fuck, man? There's no adult in the room. Like, stop letting them cut each other's hair with scissors.
I don't know. I didn't really take it like that. So what I kind of noticed from it is like basically what you read about the team is everyone loves Dak Prescott. He's a great guy. He works harder than everybody. And Mike McCarthy, everyone's kind of like lukewarm on him, like as far as the fans are.
Okay.
I don't think the players are lukewarm on him. I think they hate him. They were trying to push him out last year. It was his first season. Also, like you gotta wonder, how are Zeke's chakras? Are they aligned? Like, what's happening?
That fucking guy. All of it seems like a fucking mess. Amari Cooper's hurt. CeeDee Lamb is great. It depends on if Dak's going to play or not. Avoid the Cowboys at all costs this year. That is
there have been a number of articles already from people that appear to know what they're talking about that are really concerned about Dak Prescott's shoulder, not his leg.
Yes.
Dak is back at practice today.
He is.
Throwing, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we aboard the Danucci train, or
no, he shouldn't be in the NFL.
Okay.
I'd like to see Danucci get a shot.
Danucci.
The Nooch, dude.
Danucci.
He's terrible.
But who's winning that
terrible.
division? The football team, or
I guess that's my. I got a sleeper. Yeah, I got a sleeper, and it's the Giants in that division.
No.
Dead serious,
Are you
man.
going to be able to score any points against Washington?
No.
Oh, shit, you're right. I'm sorry. Like Washington's defense is fucking...
Yeah,
I
would for a month.
I'm going to change that. Can we strike that from the record?
Washington wins.
Edit it out of the show. I'm with you on Washington.
I mean,
the defense is nasty.
Although, to be honest, the Giants can fucking win some games.
They can, but Marquez Sweat and Chase Young...
Yeah.
Good luck, dude.
If Sweat's allowed to play.
Wait, they signed what's his nuts too? The guy from South Carolina. What the fuck is his name?
Clowney?
Yeah. David Clowney. So he's their backup edge rusher.
Jesus
Good luck,
Christ.
motherfucker. Unless they're going to play him at like inside linebacker on some of those sets. I don't know. I don't know if he's got the speed to do that.
The Giants
anymore.
are going to be too tired from doing 100-yard wind sprints at practice.
Clowney's at he's at Cleveland.
Oh, he went to Cleveland.
that's right,
right. Yeah, yeah.
Cleveland.
Who else did they pick up? Washington picked somebody else
It
up.
does. Someone's going to win that division with 9 wins.
Yeah, it's gonna be
and it's going to
maybe
be
8.
fucking gross.
9-8. It'll be a 9-8 winner.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's going to be.
I forgot there's 17
Yeah,
games.
it's going to be.
17 games,
It's
yeah.
going to be.
Weird.
It's going to be awful. It's going to be unwatchable football.
You guys are going to be shocked. Dallas is going to shock the world.
You don't think
No.
Every Dallas Cowboys fan said, "What the fuck is your problem?"
You don't-
I don't understand. I mean,
I'm turning his mic off. I got it.
It is fucking delusion
Yeah,
out
listen.
of
It's
Dallas.
this-
I've never seen
No,
it like
it's
it.
the whole state. It's the whole state.
It
I'm a
is.
fucking Falcons fan, dude. I will tell you every year we are not going to win. You
It's
haven't
like-
won in 27 years. What are you expecting?
It's like me trying to talk myself into Joe Flacco somehow finding some hometown magic when he comes back to Delaware County. Like,
Yeah.
But it's not. This is Washington is going to trot Fitzmagic out, right?
I like Fitzmagic,
with
dude.
Scary Terry and Curtis Samuel.
Yes. Let's go.
I don't know. That's not
Antonio
the worst thing.
Antonio Gibson, by the way,
yeah.
is my biggest sleeper in fantasy football. I hate that I have to say this on the show because I got a draft against you motherfuckers on a week, but that is what it is. Like
He had
Antonio
11
Gibson's
he had
great.
11 touchdowns last
yes,
year.
I am all in on fucking Washington winning that division for sure. Spinning it here to another team in Texas. Watson is still absent from practice again. There's still rumors that they're trying to trade him to the Eagles.
He's getting a massage right now.
Yeah,
he'll
he
be
is.
back after the massage. All right.
I think they're trying to get rid of him and make this deal happen.
You know what they should do is just pair people up, right? Get him with Omar Vizquel. They both like, Omar Vizquel likes to massage people.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson likes getting massaged. There's dicks involved somehow.
Yeah.
I think that's a win-win solution, right?
I
there.
think so.
Right? Like, they're not wrong. They're just in the wrong spot.
We never even talked about Omar Vizquel on air.
No.
So no one gets that reference.
We'll bring it up after this.
I'm sure
Don't worry
people
about it.
know
We'll
about
finish out the NFL and then go to
Sure.
that.
Perfect.
Next up is with Belichick. He is mum on naming the starting 1 week quarterback for. I find that really interesting, man. I don't believe in Cam Newton. I think that was a fucking terrible signing.
I know they can't do it, but I'm really disappointed that Mac Jones is no longer number 50. Like he was in practice. Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, who? Mac Jones. What did they switch his number to?
10.
10.
He's back to his Alabama number. Yeah.
What's the highest you can go quarterback-wise? Like 17 or 19 or something?
19, yeah.
Right? 1 and
19, I believe. Yeah. Falcons have become the first 100% vaccinated NFL team. Congratulations. You finally
Give
won
him the
something.
applause button, please.
Yeah, Jesus
they'll-
Christ, dude.
They'll be able to...
Yay! I'd rather have that than a Super Bowl. Sarcasm.
But if it's 100% vaccination rate and the NFL said if your team doesn't do the right things, then have to forfeit
Yeah, they may
the
win
game.
4 or 5 forfeits.
Yes.
Because honestly, they can go out and get there's no protocols if you're vaccinated, and
true.
what we know apparently is that at most you're maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 times less likely to contract the virus if you're vaccinated than if you're just not. So they still have a pretty good chance of getting it, and the viral shedding is exactly the same.
It's like Michael
I'm not
Irvin
saying to go pay hookers to bring Michael Jordan fucked up pizza in Salt Lake or whatever happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe
It is like Michael Irvin said. If you don't want to get vaccinated on an NFL team, you don't care about winning championships.
Well, the Falcons clearly care,
Yes.
and it
So
looks like they're
there's
going to
your-
win.
Well, I mean,
Super
none
Bowl.
of,
like they're
none of
gonna
the
win.
other evidence suggests that the Falcons care about winning a Super Bowl.
No,
So I don't know.
No.
You don't think it's Matt Ryan's year?
No, dude. It is not his
He's
year.
due.
I'm a Falcons fan, and it's not his fucking
Matt
year.
Ryan.
Matty Ice.
Matt Ryan's Charles Barkley, my man.
Yeah.
He's like vanilla Dan Marino. Like someone care, like even more vanilla than Dan Marino.
Yeah, I don't know how you get more vanilla than Dan
It's
Marino.
I don't either. Does he go to the Hall of Fame, though?
Yes.
He'll have the numbers.
Yeah, he's got like 4.
He'll have the fucking numbers.
4 or 5 MVP caliber seasons. He'll absolutely get into the Hall of Fame.
If he was
This
on
isn't
the
the
Cleveland
NBA.
Browns, the Cleveland Browns could probably win the Super Bowl. That's the sad thing.
Man, I hope the
All you
Browns-
need is a game manager.
I hope the
You're
Browns
so
win.
wrong about the Browns.
I hope the Browns
It's
win the fucking Super Bowl.
insane how
They
how wrong
need
you
a
are about
fucking
Baker.
quarterback.
They
dude.
have one.
They
No.
have one.
He's terrible.
He's not. He was awesome last year. He's going to be awesome this year.
He was not awesome last year.
He was.
4 games over 300 yards passing.
so what?
Just look at the numbers.
4. I did. 4 games over 300 yards. 4.
He has like a stable of running backs they can hand it off to. He doesn't have to
Because they have to account for his fucking weakness.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
He's going to ball out this year. He's going to be fine. How many touchdowns did he have last year and how many interceptions?
27.
How many
And
interceptions?
Fucking 5 or
It was like
6?
very few interceptions.
6,
He
I
wasn't
think.
making mistakes.
Barely threw the ball. That's what happens when you don't throw the fucking ball. When you underhand the ball, goddamn, yeah, you're technically there just to hand off.
Like I said earlier, Browns, Rams, Super Bowl. It's going to happen.
What year? Because it's not this one.
This one.
It's not this one.
Cleveland was in the
Fucking close.
middle of the pack when it came to passing yards per game. They were middle. So it's not like they're bottom tier of the league or anything.
Yeah, well, look at the rest of it. Cam Akers also for the Rams is out for the year, torn ACL.
Oh no, they were.
So who's their running back?
They'll get another running back. Running backs are a dime a dozen.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Never pay a running back more than minimum wage.
What was the name of the guy who was gashing the Patriots in the Super Bowl? That bowling ball motherfucker.
Oh, like
LeGarrette Blount?
No. He was against the when the Rams played him.
C.J. Anderson.
Yeah.
Anderson.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Anderson.
Where's he now? He's probably dead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's like 39 years old.
He's dead for sure.
He's dead.
Did the Rams win that year?
No, but he put up numbers. That wasn't his fault.
Nobody won that year.
Yeah, that was.
No, we were there for that.
Yeah.
Nobody should
that
claim a
was horrible.
championship that
No,
year.
No.
that's the one.
13-3.
Fucking that's the. They should have had a celebration afterwards down in Tampa Bay, and he should have thrown that trophy into the water instead of that one is useless.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
And then preseason superstars so far. Zach Wilson actually looked really good for the Jets. Justin Fields looked like a goddamn superstar for Chicago.
Sam Ellinger.
That was surprising.
For the Colts?
By the way, so I went with an agent to watch that game. He's got 4 clients, and I was with Alex Guerrero. Mm-hmm. He was in town, and I met up with him to watch the game. I was asking for Ellinger to get in the game. They started that Eason kid, though.
Jacob Eason.
Yeah. I don't know why Ellinger didn't get more playing time, but they're saying Carson Wentz now, surprisingly after surgery, might be back for Week 1.
Really? Well, they
Yes.
said 5 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, it was a weird.
Broad.
Yeah, it was super broad. And now they're saying he might be ready for Week 1. I don't know what the real story is, but I wanted to see Ellinger get a shake. And then
Well, he will because Carson will get hurt again. So
Trevor Lawrence started off slow and then turned it on towards the end. Like, he looks pretty good as well. It's a different league now, man. With these kids coming in, you're able to win year 1, which is
Preseason doesn't mean shit.
I know it doesn't mean shit, but a lot of these guys who are coming in now are fucking NFL ready, and that's what I can't figure out.
The Jaguars have a weird amount of quarterbacks right now. They have
Minshew,
and then after him they have C.J. Beathard.
Did you see?
Beat Hard.
Yeah.
You see?
I like Beat Hard.
Did you see Tebow trying to throw that block?
Yeah,
Multiple blocks.
that was
he missed.
pretty
Swing and a miss.
pretty
boy.
grim.
Yeah.
I mean, he's used to people having to seek him out to hit him.
Yeah.
He's good at delivering punishment. It's just a different skill set.
He's getting to the point now where it's almost like when Garth Brooks would just play spring training every year.
for the
It's just
Padres,
like
yeah.
what sport does Tim Tebow want to play minor league in for a while? Like
Yeah.
it's not real.
No, and I don't
It's
know.
like fantasy camp.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
like,
literally.
It's like Garth Brooks playing for the Padres that year, where you're just like, all right, sweet, man.
Just go put him on the set.
Trey Lance is 5 for 14 so far.
Yeah.
good.
Although he made some throws that made him look like he was NFL ready.
Oh, yeah,
And maybe he doesn't care.
He also doesn't
Dude,
have to start.
He doesn't have to
Yeah.
start.
all
yeah.
the elite ones, all the elite quarterbacks, the ones that came from big programs. Like this is a quote from Drew Lock, the Missouri quarterback, a couple of years ago, when they asked him like about the transition from the SEC to the NFL, and like all you ever hear is like speed. It's so much faster. Holy shit! He said he was like, I actually don't think it's any faster. The players are just way smarter.
That might be true.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Fields said he felt like the game was slower than he expected it
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
So maybe
We'll see.
Maybe he's a smart guy.
But I will say this, Bears fans, man.
Are you a Bear fan now?
I'm not.
Okay.
But Bears, I'm not. I thought Justin Fields needed one more year at Ohio State. We'll see. Dan's right. One preseason game doesn't mean it, but Bears fans are like Cowboys fans. As soon as they saw Fields light it up, they were like, "We're going to the Super Bowl, baby!"
Well, yeah.
And I'm like,
I find Bear fans to be like crushingly realistic.
Chicago fans in general, usually, because they're used to losing.
yeah, not the ones in our fucking group.
The Cubs have won one World Series since 1908, and the Bears have won one title ever in '85, right?
They get all their
Yes.
they get all their
I mean,
fun
the
from the
Bulls.
Blackhawks and Bulls. Yeah.
yeah, no.
But even the White Sox have won a couple times. But they're
Yeah,
again,
but nobody-
maybe if you're a North Sider,
Yeah.
that it makes things different. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll switch over to baseball here. I want to talk about Omar Vizquel's boner. This is the strangest story I think I've ever heard. I'm surprised you guys didn't talk about it on baseball.
Well, we had a guest. And
you did?
but then we watched a baseball game the next time and it just didn't come up.
It would have been awesome if you would have brought this up with a guest. Bob, you want to tell everybody what happened to Omar
Basically,
Vizquel?
when Omar Vizquel was manager of the Birmingham Barons, Michael Jordan's former baseball team,
Double A. Yeah.
I guess at some point they had a autistic bat boy, and he was like not like stupid portrayal of autistic on TV where it's like, oh, he's a doctor and he's 17. It's like a fucking.
It's not Freddie Highmore.
Yeah, it's like a legitimate. Like he was pretty learning disabled. I think he was like 19 or 20, but he was fairly like learning disabled. And Omar Vizquel would routinely show this basically child his erection, and then also one time he was like, "Hey, come here," and handed him shower shoes and like, "Follow me into the shower." And then Omar Vizquel wandered off somewhere and came back out naked naked into like the main shower area with an erection again, and was like, "I need you to wash my back."
Sure.
As a bat boy is wont to do.
Yeah.
It's on the job description. And so, Vizquel this was reported to the team and they fired him, and it all just came out finally, essentially, because I think this happened like 2 years ago or something. They fired him like pretty right away. I guess Vizquel at some point told him he was going through a divorce and was interested in guys or whatever, but that's not really a equal level consensual man-on-man relationship. That's not really being interested in guys. That's just like sexually harassing a disabled person.
Yeah.
How does that work out legally? He's over age.
It would be.
If somebody has been declared incapable of making decisions for themselves legally, for example, then that's a problem.
Which I don't know if this kid is. I think he is, but I'm not positive. But either way, it's still like it's illegal for me to show someone else my erection.
Yeah.
Like I can't just do that here.
Yeah, you can actually. We're fine with
Nick,
it.
Maybe here, but like in a normal job, you're right.
Yeah. At a regular job.
Yeah.
When you get that paycheck, you actually opt into seeing anyone at the office's penis.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you click when you didn't read.
That's actually part of the benefits program.
Yeah, that wasn't a great insurance talk. Those guys just had their dicks out the whole
insurance
time.
is great, and we pay for all of it for you guys. You just got to look at our dicks after. I think that's fair.
Somebody's saying radio. That's a great callback.
these days.
That's a great reference there, movie reference.
Yeah, so Omar Vizquel, who is, for people who don't know baseball very well, borderline Hall of Famer. There was kind of a big movement like that he should be in the Hall of Fame because he's like the second, or at least at the time of his retirement, the second best defensive shortstop of all time behind Ozzie Smith. I would say probably Andrelton Simmons surpassed, not for longevity, but just for sheer skill. But I don't think he's getting in anytime soon.
No, he's not going to be using those showers.
No, Kurt Schilling can't get in just because he was an asshole.
Yeah.
Like
I thought it was because he failed it as a video game owner.
Nah, he's just a dick.
He's good.
They're afraid of what his Hall of Fame acceptance speech is going to be. And now they should be even more worried now. Because
Pizzagate references.
He will get in.
If he will get in with the Veterans Committee eventually. So, I mean, I don't know if they're going to wait till he dies or what. But it's coming.
Some people will say he's already dead inside.
It's just a slideshow of all his memes he posts on Facebook.
Oh, is he a big... Is he like a...
he was your uncle on Facebook for a long time.
Who is the guy, the basketball player, who did the fun, flirty Twitter?
From the Suns. Rex Chapman.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not fun and flirty. He is a fucking mongoloid.
Correct. He blocks me.
Scavenger. He just takes other people's content.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, isn't he awesome?" SportsCenter did a story on him. I was like, "No, dude, he's not fucking awesome. Still awesome. A piece of shit." So don't really understand why Rex Chapman's a thing anymore. I want to commend you, Bob, on your Braves pick. The Braves have been on fire.
Dan too. We both
respect on the Phillies.
Yes. Both you guys called this though, that the Braves were amazing. Look, they keep winning these miracle games. It seems like in the bottom of the ninth.
Fucking Austin Riley literally saved that game yesterday on that play down third. It's unbelievable. But no, I mean the Braves, I'm still worried about their bullpen. Once we get into October, which is not guaranteed. We're only a game up. Plenty of time left. Our last 6 games. A
lot of time left.
Our last 6 games are against the Mets and the Phillies. But if we get into October, I don't really care at that point because that's like a bonus lottery ticket with all the injuries and bullshit we've had. But I'm going to be disappointed if we don't win this division because I think we're the best team in the division.
Yeah, because there's 3 teams in the West that are going to make the playoffs?
Yep. Barring a total collapse of the Padres because the Dodgers and Giants aren't going to do it.
No, they won't. I don't know if even a collapse would work at this point. There's only a month and a half of the season left. I mean, it'd have to be fucking brutal. Way beyond what happened to the Dodgers in '93. Like, it would have to be really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Also, if the Padres don't make the playoffs, it's kind of a...
It'd be a big story.
Suck.
What is up with by the way, before, I have a lot of thoughts on the Braves. so I'll save this. But I want to get into Tatis in a second because every time he comes back from injury, he just hits 2 home runs.
Yep.
Every time.
What the fuck is that shit? Anyways, I think the Braves are in a unique position that maybe no team in modern baseball history has been in, and that is one where they have the assets already to fill out a roster in a way that it seems like Major League Baseball is heading. So what I mean by that is that pitchers go 4 to 5 innings now.
Mm-hmm.
Pitchers get relieved in the 5th inning. Starters do more than any other fucking time in baseball history.
Yep.
And even when you have a rotation like the Braves, Fried, Morton, Smiley, and Noah's coming back, and Tuca Saints in there. What's the other guy's name? Ian Anderson. Muller has had great success as a starter. They have the ability now to take 2 or 3 maybe of those starters. Next year when Soroka comes back, you're talking about 2 or 3 major league level starters that you can have assigned to pitch every other day, sometime between the 4th and 7th inning, and wipe those innings off the fucking map. Now we champion people like the White Sox, who with Liam Hendricks and Craig Kimbrell have done that to the back end of the game, but no, we've never seen a team lock down the middle of the game like that before. And what does that do for you, right? What does that do for you, especially when you have an offense that is plenty capable of scoring runs? If you can throw out your starter and they can give 110% for the first 4 innings, and if they fucking run out of pitches, they run out. Who cares? Because we got this other guy that can come in and do the same goddamn thing.
Yep.
I think this is where baseball's going. I think we're going to see a new specialty, which is a fucking, we call it long reliever now, but there probably will be a new name that comes up for it, and it's going to be that person who otherwise would be a starter, but is instead pitching those fucking innings.
The middler?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So,
Middler, dude.
so what you're saying is
like a fluffer?
What you're saying is a scheduled bullpen start.
Yep.
So because one of the main problems, like John Smoltz talks about this all the time, in the bullpen is like, they're like, no, you don't work less in the bullpen. It fucking sucks because you get called up to start throwing all the time, and then like someone will hit a home run and they don't fucking need you anymore. They can put in another asshole who's like a lower leverage pitcher because you're up 2 more runs now and it doesn't matter. But you just threw like 40 pitches in warm up in the bullpen, and then you got to sit back down, and then that might happen again tomorrow, or you actually have to pitch the next day, which means you throw another 40 pitches in the bullpen and then go out there and throw 20 or 30 pitches, whatever the fuck. So what your idea would be, today's scheduled starter is Fried and then Muller.
Yeah. Like the first 7 innings of this game belong to Fried and Muller. If Fried and Muller pitch, then you move on to the next pair. If Muller doesn't have to pitch, if Fried goes 7 or 8 innings in that game, Muller goes to day 2, so on and so forth. I think that's where, not only where it is going, but where baseball should go right now. If you're filling out a major league roster, you've got to be thinking, especially if you're the Braves and you have this wealth of assets. Right now, even I find myself doing this where like, hey, you don't need all these guys. Get rid of some of them and fucking go get a hitter, right? Maybe that's true, but how many wins above replacement are you going to get from a hitter versus a pitcher?
Well, it's interesting you say that. In the MLB draft, wasn't there a team that took like
the
18
Angels.
pitchers?
Their entire
21.
draft.
21 or 22, I think.
Every single pick was a pitcher.
Because of this and the way that this is shifting to, but
which I like.
So do I.
I've actually seen a theory too. So I forget who it was, but they threw out the theory that just keep drafting a quarterback in the NFL till you get it right.
Yeah, except for the Browns. They have not gotten it right. Including you, Baker Mayfield. I'm taking fucking shit in the message boards for it. Go ahead.
This is
my
Baker
man. You're
Mayfield's
playing.
town. Okay?
You're playing Chiefs.
Think about
opening
this.
Week, dude.
Think about this next season for the Braves, though. They're going to have their rotation is probably going to be this: Max Fried, Mike Soroka, Ian Anderson, Huascar Noah, and one of the other guys, Muller maybe. But you don't
think they're going to put a vet in there? Another like Charlie Morton type of guy?
They may re-sign Morton for another year.
Yeah.
Who knows? They probably will have a vet on there. So let's say it's those 4 plus 1. You still have these other 3 or 4 dudes that can start on most teams in Major League Baseball, at least in the back end of a rotation, and that switches shit up, doesn't it? Like, what are you going to do? You got to do something with that talent. If I am sitting on a giant pile of gold, starving to death, while a man with food right over there has food for me to eat and needs gold, then I'm a fucking retard, right?
Yeah.
So you got to do something with these assets. You either have to change the way you play the game, which I think would be a big fucking problem for every team they face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big problem for any team where you walk into a situation where you have finishers. We can't call it really closers anymore because they don't necessarily always close out the game because it's 7, 8, 9. That's the back third of the fucking game.
Right.
When we've seen teams like this before Mariano Rivera took over for John Wetland. I mean, that was a fucked up situation. You had to go against the best closer of all time. We didn't know it yet, but he was. And then John Wetland.
Right.
Every single fucking game that they were ahead, especially in the playoffs, something like that, you don't need a Liam Hendriks and a Craig Kimbrell anymore that are both going to cost you a fuck ton of money. Now you need maybe one finisher, right? Because these guys carry you way deeper into a ball game. You're just fucking using two of them. I mean, think about it this way. You have 12 to 13 assets pitching-wise on a Major League Baseball roster. Sometimes down to 11, but usually it's 12 or 13. You can leverage batches of assets against problems. So let's say I have 15 widgets and I have X amount of space to cover. Maybe one widget covers 6, right? And then maybe each other one covers 1, 2, 3, or 4, something like that, some smaller amount. But if you combine widget A with widget D, for example, then you get 8 all of a sudden, right? So you're covering more ground with less assets, and then you can program around that.
Right.
That is exactly what we're seeing right here. And I don't know why teams haven't moved this direction, especially as experimental as everybody's become over the last 25 years in baseball. I can't believe nobody's done this yet. I guess Tampa Bay does. They have a lot of scheduled bullpen games.
Yeah, for sure. I think people don't like to actually, that's like, it's almost like the opposite of what they want to do because they like to tinker as much as possible.
Right.
So having another, like they don't want a guy throwing 3 innings, right? After the starter leaves, they want this guy for this batter and this guy for these next 2 batters and then blah, 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 blah. But you're right. I think that's a better, I kind of think that's a worthy attempt.
If you look at the statistics, just grab any random selection of pitchers in Major League Baseball and look at their statistics against hitters that have seen them that week versus the second, third, and fourth at bats in the same day, right? It's a massive difference. Seeing somebody two times in a week might be problematic sometimes. Statistically speaking, usually not, though. It's usually not because you still have, if you're a person with 2 or 3 weapons, which most Major League pitchers are, you still have stuff to get this motherfucker out with on day 2. You don't have at bat in the same day number 2 necessarily because he's got your timing now, and you don't have at bats 3 and 4 because now you've used all your weapons against them in that day. This is a whole different fucking ball game we're talking about now, and statistically speaking, it makes sense to break that up.
That's why Roger Clemens would come in August for the Astros, so you couldn't see his stuff beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was doing it right.
He was.
He was doing steroids.
Take half the season off.
Yeah, making sure it was out of his system, then come back for the playoffs. He was good. Either way, it's going to be an exciting fall, and the playoffs are going to be fucking great in baseball.
But the Braves bullpen still sucks, by the way.
Yes, they're not going to win.
Will Smith has good save stats, but as a fucking closer in high-pressure situations, he's fucking terrible. And the rest of their bullpen is way worse.
You know who's available that could probably give you an inning or 2?
Yeah.
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah, he's
I'd
out
love
there.
to have him back.
Get him before his fucking heart explodes, man.
Exactly.
He's got 2 families to feed.
I saw him in some commercial this weekend, and God damn, he's fat, dude.
He got pitched
Like
for
he was
the show.
He was fat when he was playing, and now it's just like, holy shit.
We need to get Bartolo.
He's still in like a Mexican league or something. He's still playing.
He's still playing. Yeah, he's still playing.
Yes.
He's just keeping.
He's still playing.
Just in case.
Like he says, he's got kids to pay for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot.
Giorgio, we're going to switch over to some MMA and some boxing here. Giorgio, there it is. Wake up, buddy.
I'm here.
Wake up. Tito Ortiz is fighting. He's scheduled to fight Anderson Silva in a boxing match.
You cannot make that line big enough.
That's what I say. I'm all in on Silva. Am I missing something?
No.
There is a catch weight, though, however.
195.
Yes.
Which, whatever.
Well, Tito Ortiz was pissed off about it. What does he weigh in real life?
Tito's big.
Yeah, Tito competed at 205.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, but he runs like a city council now, so he's not like.
Yeah. He just quit, though.
He's a little overweight.
Yeah.
He runs a city council.
He's part of a city council.
He used to. He quit.
City council.
He quit.
In California.
But this has got to be all Silva, right? And this fight's coming up, 2 months?
Yeah.
We're probably just going to need to have Chuck Liddell on the show to talk about this, right?
Yeah. My God.
He's friends with both. Well, one of them.
Yeah.
And
One of them.
He knows both of them very well.
Yeah, I really wouldn't say he's friends with both. I think maybe some beef has been squashed. I'm not quite sure.
Although Tito is 3-0 in his last 3 fights.
Yeah. But
including against Chuck.
Not boxing, though.
No.
And here's the difference, right? With Silva and people are asking if we're going to cover this Jake Paul fight. Yes, 100%. It is on a fucking Sunday night again. I don't know why they continue
we'll
to do
here,
that.
Right?
Yeah, we'll do it here.
Cleveland.
We're not going to Cleveland.
Right.
Definitely not going to fucking Cleveland. I promise you that. We will be doing that here, so you can watch along with us for that. Obviously, all in on Jake Paul, but this Tito Ortiz Silva thing. Do you know when the date of that is?
I do not.
It's on the same card as De La Hoya.
Is it really?
Right?
Ooh.
De La Hoya, who's De La Hoya fighting? Another MMA.
Another MMA guy. You're right. You're right. What's his fucking
I can't
name?
remember.
I'm
Belfort.
blanking on it right now.
Belfort.
Jordan Belfort?
Yeah, from
Wolf of Wall Street?
Vitor.
It'd be funnier if he fought
Belfort.
Jordan Belfort, to be honest.
He's probably in better shape.
That's the fight I want to see.
Jordan Belfort's probably in
You
better
know,
shape.
he's yoked up on the fucking
You get to
roids,
see,
too.
Yeah.
You get to see Tito Ortiz's giant melon head just get lit up by one of the most accurate strikers in UFC history.
Seriously.
So,
I mean, that's like whack-a-mole, but the fucking mole is slow and you've got a sledgehammer. You know what I mean?
That's going to be great.
But who knows? I mean, Tito can take a punch here and there. Anderson definitely has knockout power, though.
I've
so.
never liked Tito Ortiz, so as soon as that fight was signed, I was like, great, he's going to get fucking destroyed in that
It
one.
would be nice to see him get the shit kicked out of him, yeah.
It would.
He's also not wasn't notorious for his hands.
Yeah. No.
I don't know what
This is just a payday.
Yes, that's all it is. That's all it is. And that's fine. But still, to get beat now with the meme culture we're in, this could be, nobody will remember how great he was in the MMA or if you thought he was great.
Yeah.
You know? Because he's still like, look, every time you bring him up, Chocodo. I don't know.
I think that's just because that's all people remember.
Yeah, probably. Who do we got on UFC this week?
We got Kelvin Gastelum against Jared Cannonier.
Is it ESPN Plus or is that pay-per-view?
No, it's ESPN Plus. It's a Fight Night card.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we'll see if Kelvin Gastelum can get his career back on track and if Jared Cannonier is really as dangerous as people think he is. How did he sneak up to number 3, Dan, in the rankings?
Kelvin Gastelum is actually Tim Kennedy's last fight.
Yeah.
You'll remember.
Yeah.
Tim shared a great story about that with us. If you want to go check out that Kim
The
Kennedy
last
episode.
he was on for Drinkin Bros. Go ahead
Yeah.
and check that out if you want to go through the archives.
I know. So look, Tim Kennedy's always great on the fucking show.
Yep.
Last but not least here, Jay-Z, and the Philadelphia 76ers owner, part of a bid for New York sports gambling.
Rubes?
What does that mean?
Are we talking about Rubes
Yeah, it's
right
talking
now?
about Rubes, Michael Rubin. So here's why this is a big deal. If you want to get richer in this life, is there a better way to become richer than by being the bank for gambling? Because let's face it, the house doesn't lose.
Manipulating cryptocurrency seems to be pretty valuable.
Yeah.
That's probably the best, but other than that,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
Sports gambling.
Crypto right now.
What's up?
So I don't want to talk about crypto right now.
Was it down?
No, it's not down. I just
Yeah,
lost.
we'll gloss over that.
I lost my wallet.
Nah,
password.
it's okay.
That's
Dan. It's
all.
okay. Dan. It's okay. Dan.
You lost your password, huh?
Wait, let's do a show on that where Dan just enters in his fucking password over and over again until it locks out.
That's not how that works.
No, it's a phrase.
Like 12 words.
Oh.
It's very.
What app are you using so we don't use that?
There's a lot of them. It's
It's
the only
every-
way to secure a wallet
Yeah.
is with your
Is with
phrase,
a
and
seed
it's
phrase.
Yeah.
What about Coinbase?
Yeah, you have one
That's
too.
an exchange, but if you have a wallet, same
Attached
thing.
to it,
So can you sue Johnson & Johnson because they gave you COVID brain fog and made you lose your shit?
I think so. Well, no, Pfizer.
Oh, you're fucked. No.
What's the phrase? I have Coinbase.
It's like 12 random words, so I'll have no chance.
So it's like
Unless
it's
I
like,
find-
I didn't have to do that.
Because you're using the exchange, you're not using a
Yeah, your
wallet.
money,
Correct.
Ross, your money is still just sitting in like a digital exchange.
Yeah.
And it's on your account, but you technically don't have a hold of it.
Why can't we?
Yeah,
secure
but
these
I don't
things with
have to use
biometrics?
12 words to get it back.
I had a
so.
screenshot and I accidentally deleted the screenshot. Now I have to try to figure out how to recover deleted photos.
I mean, it's
oh
on-
shit! Is that why it was Googled earlier on the fucking computer how to recover deleted iCloud photos? I was like, who was looking this up?
Look, guys, me and Dan get here around 8:30 to 9 every day. There's a lot of business and a lot of things that go on here before the rest of you enter the building.
A lot of fake business.
And then I don't need you looking my Google search history. Dan doesn't need you looking at his Google search
It was
history.
up on the screen.
What
It
we
was-
do here, Hot Bob, is our own business, goddammit.
Yeah, it was on camera 1 when I sat down for the first show. Right there.
Anything you need 12 words for to get money out of
well, that's
is,
the thing.
is a fucking problem.
It's a crypto wallet, and generally it would just take my face as like good. That's usually good enough. But
Yeah.
for whatever
Yes.
reason, it was going through some problems, so it required the seed phrase, and now it doesn't work.
I like that getting your.
I'm sure you can reverse that though, because
No.
yeah, no, you could.
I'm gonna be like that guy who bat's gonna go off. It's gonna. So buy a bat now because I'm gonna just have like hundreds of thousands of dollars that I will
Sitting
never be
there.
able to access.
Oh,
Yep.
this is so great. How
wanna
many
be a-
tries do you get?
I want to be a headline.
How many tries do you get?
I cannot tell you. It's just 12 random words in. You just pick words. That's what it is. Like I have no chance of ever getting it.
Why is this like activating the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Like you just sit there like reading out of a fucking diary.
Yeah, that's a mess.
I just have to go through like a dictionary.
That's
I was trying to
mess.
think of a good analog for this, and that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just random
Yeah.
homecoming.
No, we got it. We can do this.
We're gonna figure.
yeah.
We're gonna find that screenshot.
We're gonna reverse engineer the backups to then back it up and return his
Sure.
phone.
Find a
to-
device that
Sure,
Apple
sure,
ID is
sure.
on that isn't connected to the internet right now. That's probably the best way to do it. I mean, otherwise you could just contact Apple and they can fucking find that photo.
Yeah,
for you,
well, there's
100%.
a way to find your old backups
Yeah.
and then restore to that old
Yeah.
backup. Yeah.
100%.
Oof, my God.
And that's if I took a screenshot to begin with. I don't even know if I did.
Wow.
My God,
damn.
man. This is crazy.
Rooting for Bat.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Buy your bat now because.
All right, so fantasy football. I know I said I'd give you an update today. As you noticed, there was a post in Drinkin Bros Sports on Facebook. It is a private group. Join it. So we were asking for fucking iTunes reviews. You to take a screenshot, post it, and give your email address. This Friday at noon, I will be coming into the office to set up all the fantasy football leagues. I will pick them. Some of the ones who've been the Cutthroat Killers League, and then the winners will automatically be in. The rest of you need to leave a 5-star review and a quick, just a fucking one-liner about the goddamn show and how great it is for Drinkin Bros Sports. Post a screenshot, and we'll be picking those at random come this Friday at noon. As soon as that is up, I will delete that thread. The prizes and all that stuff are in. And then the draft. A lot of people are asking when the draft is going to be. I'm going to look at the calendar right now. I got it marked. I'm going to try something for the first time ever. Dan and I are going to try this. So on Wednesday, September 1st, we're going to shrink the short option of it so you only get 60 seconds a pick or 30 seconds or whatever it is. We're going to try to do one long live show with Zoom and have somebody from the league, like Craig Dulesky or one of you guys out there, actually join us for the draft on air on YouTube, and we will go as long as it possibly takes. For those 6 leagues, we will lead off with Dan's league since he's got the best prize this year. It's the Signed Apocalypse Now script by Charlie Sheen. Dan will then be able to exit the building and end his
Martin
life.
Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Charlie would
Although
be
that'd be better, yeah. Especially if he signed it in blood.
Yeah, Tiger Blood.
AIDS.
Yep. AIDS
right,
blood
AIDS,
and
yeah.
Tiger blood. So we're going to go. I'm going to say we'll probably start somewhere in the 4 o'clock area Central Time and then go all the way till we finish. Leave that live on air, and then we'll provide the Zoom to one person in each league, and then that way you can see them draft along with us. We have that technology, correct, Giorgio?
Yeah.
Boy, that didn't sound real confident at all. That sounded like, do you have all your 12 words to get your fucking money out?
I'm going to refer to Dan on both those.
Okay. It's just a simple Zoom, you know? Simple fucking Zoom. All we're doing here, kids. Simple Zoom. So you guys will be in here, and then we're going to knock these all out back to back to back that night. That will be happening September 1st. The leagues will be chosen this Friday. Looking forward to that. And then I know you're not, but that's going to be a long night. And I apologize. And then the live watch along on the next night with Ohio State versus Minnesota. And for you, we will put on the Boise State UFC game.
UCF.
Whatever. On the other channel. And are they ranked?
We are 30th right now.
Okay.
And Boise, I believe, is 26.
Great. And it's called the Top 25 for a reason here, kids. Is that there is
Well,
no
we got the
30.
outside the top 25 show. So.
Yes, we do. We do. And that I'm actually looking really forward to that. You can make a lot of fucking money on those games, too,
Yeah,
because
so it's
Vegas
gonna be-
doesn't know how to pick them.
It's going to be unfortunate when UCF gets into the top 25, and I can't talk about my team anymore. So
Yeah. They're not.
They will.
Oh, yeah,
Think so?
they'll pop it, yeah.
Yeah, I
always
think
do.
they'll pop in at some point.
They might. Miles on.
Look at the bottom of that top 25. You got like Arizona State and shit in there. It's those those teams are not guaranteed anything.
That has to do more with the women of Arizona State, I have a feeling, though. You know,
No, it's all Herm.
Herm
He's
Edwards
building
down
better
there.
men. Yeah.
yeah.
Doesn't matter about winning games.
Nah, who cares about that? Who cares about that? So join us, and we look forward to all of the things. Again, rate the show a 5-star and leave a quick review on iTunes. Screenshot it, put it in Drinkin' Bros Sports. The thread's already up at the top of the page. It's under my name, and we'll be picking those people at random to join the leagues. No auto drafters. It is September 1st, all day long. And no fucking losers, dude. Don't pick a kicker and don't pick Baker Mayfield round 1, or do, so I can make fun of you live on air. For D'Anthony Holloway, Delco Dan, Hot Bob, Papa Giorgio, Hightower Sean. Is that what we're calling?
Yeah. Come on now, give it up to the Sean, man.
Boy,
No. We're too nice to you.
Week 5 is when he's going to be hanging from the rafters as a Cowboys fan.
So this is like a Make-A-Wish thing.
It is.
Okay, got it.
It is. This is definitely a Make-A-Wish for a Cowboys fan this year. Good luck with all that. I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Sports Monday Morning Recap. Good morning, everyone.